Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today my name is Osereme, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this ruffle skirt for yourself. I actually recreated this from this inspiration I had, and for this tutorial I'm going to be making use of this fabric right here. I got it recently and I shared it in my last vlog. Also, we'll be needing a zipper, an elastic, and we'll be needing the scissors to cut it out. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is to fold my fabric into two, so that we'll be able to cut out the front pattern. So guys, I folded my fabric into two using my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 7 inches. So this is what I have right here, and after that I'm marking the length of the skirt. So the length of the skirt is going to be 38 inches. So I'm marking it here, and I'm just going to take this part here as the top of the skirt. So I'm marking a line across to serve as my waistline. So after marking the waistline, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my waist measurement by 4, and I'm going to mark it here. And then from this waistline we'll go down by 8 inches, which is the distance from my waist down to my hip line. After getting this, I'm just going to make a line across as well, and then I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4 and mark it. Just extend the line to meet that point there, and then I'm going to connect my waistline down to meet my hip line with the curve. So guys, after doing this, the next thing you want to do is to just take the measurements you have from your hip all the way down to the end of the skirt. So guys, after making my mark, the distance I actually have from this line down to the end of the fabric is 7 inches, so which is perfect for my ruffles. So guys, I just cut out the top, which is the waist, and then I'm cutting the side 7 inches away from the white line that I had. And for the top of the skirt, because the waist is smaller than the hip, I'm going to mark 7 inches from the waist, and wherever I have my 7 inches point, I'm just going to connect it to meet the other line that I already started cutting, as you see me doing like this, so that all the ruffle will be exactly the same length. So guys, this is basically what you're going to have. So we have our white line here, and then we have this excess on this side as the ruffle. So I'm just going to pin it down now and flip it over to the other side, so that everything I have here, I'm going to just repeat it here on this other side. We are doing this because this is a ruffle skirt, so we need to be able to see our lines clearly so that we can stitch on it when we take it over to the sewing machine. Actually, we are repeating all our measurements because we are going to be stitching right in front of this fabric like this, so we need to be able to see our lines clearly. So now for the back piece, which is what I'm cutting right now, it's actually pretty easy now because we're just going to place the front piece on it, leaving about 2 inches on the front as stitching allowance, as you see me doing like this. And I'm just pinning it down because this fabric is stretchy and it's just moving all over the place, so I have to pin it down to ensure that everything is right where it's supposed to be. So after that, I'm just going to cut along the sides. So guys, after cutting everything out, while the front and back pieces are still together, I just made this cut at the top here so that I'll be able to attach my band later. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to head over to the sewing machine, and we're going to work on this back piece here. So the back piece is actually going to have a zipper at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch it down from this point here all the way to the end, so that I'll have room at the top for my zipper. So as you can see, I've made the stitch here, and this is what the front looks like. So up here is where we're going to attach our zipper to. So now the next thing I'm going to go over and do You remember that spot I cut out at the top of both the front and the back pieces right here? So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch it down like this in a fold, as you see, like this. And then the side as well, I'll fold it in like this all the way to the end. And I also go ahead and do the same thing for the other pieces, which is the front piece. So for the front piece as well, I'm going to go over and stitch all the way around. So I will make my stitches from this point here, fold it in, fold the sides, fold the end here, and then we also fold the other side as well. So guys, this is what it looks like. So you see where I made my stitch all the way around for the back piece, you can see it. I also made the stitches just like this on the front piece. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do now is to join our front and back pieces together. So first thing you see me doing like this is placing them right side facing each other. And you remember this point I cut earlier? I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine and make a stitch just at that top right there. So this is what I mean. You see how it looks after I've made that stitch just at that top from the inside. So this is what we have. Now every other stitch we're going to be making is going to be in front of this fabric. So I'm going to make a first line from the waist. I'm sorry that while I was making this video I actually cut off the waist. So I'm going to make a line from here to get my elastic casing, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Make 2 cases as well to have my elastic casing on the side. So if you didn't understand what I was saying, this is what I mean. So we have our 2 lines for our elastic casing ready. The next now we're going to work on is the band for the waist. So I just have this little band here. It's about 2 inch wide. I want it to be about 1.5 inch by the time I'm done stitching this down. So I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine. I'm just going to do a first stitch on this, and then I'll flip it over and then stitch it again to get my band. So the band is ready and it came out very pretty. Now it's time to attach our zipper to the back, which is actually a very easy thing to do. I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine and attach my zipper, and basically we're almost done with this skirt. Funny enough, it's actually very easy. So the skirt is done, the zipper is fixed. All that is left now is for us to add our elastic through the casing that I created. So I wanted this skirt to be on my knee exactly. So I took a measurement from my waist down to my knee, and it's about 20 inches. So I'm using that 20 inches right now to cut out my elastic. And what I'm going to do is to just place this elastic through the casing that I created. So when you're creating your own casing, please make sure that it's wide enough, because you can see that I was having a little bit of trouble passing my elastic through this casing because mine was a little bit too small. It wasn't wide enough for my safety pin to pass through. So just make sure that yours is wide. Make sure it's about 1/2 inch wide at least. So as you see me doing, you're just going to place it through the casing that we created, and when you get to the top, you're just going to hold it down. You know how elastic works. You have to hold it down with a pin so that it doesn't pull through the other side and you don't keep up with the work over and over and over again. So I'm just pinning it up here like this, and I will do the same thing for the other side as well. Just pin it up just to secure the elastic. So I did the exact same thing for the other side. Pass the elastic case through the casing and then pin it down. So now I'm just going to secure the elastic with my sewing machine at this point here, and that is basically all, guys. I've secured my elastic, and this is all for the skirt. Look at how cute my skirt came out. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and turn on the notification bell as well so you're notified when I post a new video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.